here with Richard and Penny Lewis in their living room, and we're today the solar installer from Generation Solar is going to be coming to assess their house, and Penny and Richard are part of Solar Unlimited Network, the solar buying group that was started by Go Green Together. So what drew your interest to the solar buying group, to Sun?
Well, it was the notice in the Northumberland Today saying that this Go Green Together was forming and that they were having an open house down at their office on Division. And so we thought, okay, that sounds like a good thing. We'll go down and see what it's about. And we met you and learned about this this buying group.
So this is a big step, and how did you get interested in it? Why did you decide to install solar?
Well, we've always been interested in reducing our carbon footprint, and you know, we've already taken some steps. Like we bought a hybrid car. We've outfitted our entire house with the compact fluorescent lights, and a number of other things. And solar energy has been you know, around for quite some time, and has usually been, you know, pretty much out of the price range of, you know, most homeowners, from what I was able to gather. But now things seem to be coming around so that it's becoming much more affordable, and that's what brought us down there. You know, that really piqued our interest.
Right.
You know, we're getting ready to take the next step to you know, further reduce our carbon footprint.
Yeah. So was price the big barrier? Like, what were the barriers up until now? See, now you've decided to do it, but what sort of was inhibiting you from deciding to do it earlier? Was it mainly the price, or were there other things?
Other things. I think that the research that was done by the group before we came along was really comforting, because we didn't have to go in, find out all about everything, and figure it all out for ourselves. You'd already done that.
Right.
So it was something where what you had to say, we could trust, and it all made sense. So it wasn't as big a thing. If once we decided we wanted to do it, next the big thing was, could we afford it?
Right.
Based on being part of a group and so on.
Yeah. So did you have to sort of readjust your finances to sort of figure out how you could afford it? And
to some extent, we've decided that, you know, we have the resources now to cover probably half the cost, and we figure we'll borrow the other half.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not going to be a big burden on us at all.
Good.
But your spreadsheet that showed how much money we would be able to make on it gave us the information we needed to go to our stockbroker and say, look, you can only give us 5.5%. We can get 7% maybe out of this for the same amount of money.
Sure.
To put it in there. So that for us is a benefit.
Yeah.
It should pay for itself, and it does it right from the beginning. You know, we don't have to hold it for 5 years before we get that benefit.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we would with a GIC.
The fact that it's a 20-year investment, did that give you any pause at all, or no?
No, not really. You know, it's it's like, you know, it's better than buying a house. You know,
Right.
you know for sure you're going to be spending a lot of money on it before you see any kind of you know, positive return. But this comes back right away, so.
Right.
It presented no difficulty for us at all.
And we figure, you know, we retired 2 years ago to this house. We figure we'll be here for, you know, the long run, however long that is.
Yeah, I say to my wife, they're going to wheel me out of this one.
That's right. That's
when we built our house.
came here.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure by the time this house gets sold again, which hopefully won't be for 15 or 20 years, the benefit of having solar will be so obvious to everybody
It'll
that,
add to the value of your house.
right,
Yeah.
and almost be expected maybe by that time.
Sure, be a lot more common, I'm sure, yeah.
We hope so.
So, it's a financial benefit. Do you also see this an environmental benefit? Did that
Oh,
also
sure.
play a role in your decision?
Yeah, a big part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, certainly it's the tipping point for us, the environmental benefit. And that's what we try to tell people when they ask us about it. We have a little neighborhood newsletter in this neighborhood, and I made sure that
nice.
we got a little plug for this into it. And I also talked to some of the people in some of the groups that I belong to, and I noticed Linda Gowling, one of the other members of my granny group, she's now on the list to come in for next week's
All right.
assessment.
Yeah,
And so it's, it's something we can encourage. I believe in it the same way as I do in the LEDs, hybrid cars, 100-mile diet.
right. So there's other people considering, installing solar in their houses. What advice would you give to them as someone who's, spent some time thinking about this? What would you say to other people who are thinking about it?
Well, we probably have a lot more to say after it's been installed and running for a little while.
Right.
But I say, certainly now that with the so much is being said about global warming and that sort of thing, whatever we can do as individuals is going to be a good thing. And I think to sit back on our laurels and wait for the government to do something, I don't think is really the way to go. We need to show the government what the people can do.
Right.
And I think this is a really good positive step that anybody can take.
Good. All right.
And it's not as expensive as I had thought it was going to be,
Right.
No.
Yeah,
either.
yeah, good. All right, well, thanks.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.